A stranger places a small red button on the table in front of you. He looks into your eyes and says, "Press this button and you will receive $50 million instantly." But then he added just one more sentence. The moment you press that button, a random person, somewhere out there in the world, loses their life. Would you press? This is not a riddle, not a puzzle. It's a mirror, because the choice you make really reveals who you are, way more than just money or the mystery. $50 million. Think about that number for a moment. Imagine what it could do. Pay off every debt. Rescue your family from financial stress. Build a life of comfort, luxury, and security. Fund dreams you never thought were possible. But then, imagine the other side. Somewhere a person you've never met collapses. Their story ends. They don't know why. Their family mourns. Their future disappears. And it all traces back to your choice. Now the real question, is the reward worth the cost? Philosophers like to talk about the greater good. A utilitarian might argue, one life for $50 million? That's a bargain. Because with that wealth, you could save countless others. Think of it this way. 50 million could fund hospitals, vaccines, or shelters. You could lift entire communities out of poverty. You could give opportunities to thousands who would otherwise suffer. In that equation, pressing the button seems almost logical. One death, but potentially thousands of lives improved. The math seems simple. But here's the twist. The randomness of the victim changes everything. What if the person who dies was on the verge of curing cancer? What if it's a child with their whole life ahead? What if it's a single mother whose family depends on her? When you press, you don't just kill someone. You end a story with consequences that ripple far beyond what you'll ever see. Now, let us shift. The money is not the only thing on the table. Your identity is. Pressing the button doesn't just buy you a fortune. It brands you with a choice. It turns you into the agent of death, even if the person is faceless, nameless, far away. It was your finger, your decision. So the question becomes, what kind of person do you want to be? Some would say if no one finds out, what does it matter? But that's not true. You will know. You will know when you look in the mirror. You will know when you try to sleep. You will wonder who died because of me. Some choices stain the soul, even when no one else sees. Imagine pressing the button and hiding the truth. You buy a mansion, you send your kids to the best schools, you fund your family's dreams. Everyone praises your success. But what if your partner asks, where did all this money come from? Do you lie? Do you carry that secret for life? And what if, by sheer chance, the random person who dies is not a stranger at all? What if it is a distant cousin, a former classmate, someone connected to you in ways you never anticipated? Could you live with the possibility that your wealth came at the cost of someone you once loved? The money doesn't just change your lifestyle, it changes your relationships, your trust, and your ability to stand before others with clean hands. Let's be honest. Morality shifts when survival is at stake. A millionaire might look at the button and scoff. I'd never press. My conscience is worth more. Easy to say when your fridge is full. But what about a single parent drowning in medical bills, watching their child slip away because they can't afford treatment? To them, 50 million is not luxury, it's life. Would they press, knowing that one anonymous life lost could buy their child another chance? Would you blame them? Or would you still call it murder? Desperation bends the rules we claim to live by. Here is a haunting thought. What if the button is not a one-time offer? What if tomorrow someone comes back and says, another 50 million, press again? How many times before you stop feeling guilt? How many times before you start to see lives as currency, as obstacles between you and comfort? This is how morality erodes, one compromise at a time until the unthinkable becomes a routine. If everyone had access to this button, what would happen to the world? Would society collapse under waves of random deaths, each tied to someone's greed or desperation? Would people start justifying death as a transaction? Or would outrage grow so strong that the very idea of pressing becomes unthinkable? A single choice doesn't just define you. It defines the kind of world we are building together. So here we are, one button, one choice. Press it and you are rich beyond imagination. But someone, somewhere, pays with their life. Refuse it, and you keep your conscience intact, but you walk away with nothing but the knowledge that you didn't trade a life for comfort. Is it greed versus morality? Is it desperation versus privilege? Or is it something deeper? A test of whether you believe human life has a price. So I will leave you with the question: would you press the button? Drop your answer in the comments and tell us why. Do you side with the logic of saving many lives with the money? Or do you stand by the principle that no one should die for your gain? Your reasoning could spark a debate that shifts how people think about morality itself. And if this dilemma gripped you, hit subscribe right now. Every week we bring you impossible choices like this. Dilemmas that push you to confront your deepest values and ask, who are you really, when no one else is watching? Because someday the button might not be hypothetical. And when that moment comes, will you press?